Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is our Lowtown live stream number 2. These are easy to remember in the numbers because it's only the second one.
Lowtown live stream.
Is it number 2?
Yes.
Okay, we got it. I am Nate. This is Chris. We're going to hang out with you for the next 2 hours and answer all the questions you might have about Cities Untold, Lowtown, Dwarven Forge, and whatever else about tabletop gaming that may come up. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all. Let's rock and roll. I'm riled up.
Rock and roll. Yeah, I guess whether it's number 2 or not just depends entirely on if you count the launch stream as a Lowtown live stream.
Yeah. It's our first live stream during this campaign.
That's fair.
Clock starts now.
You're a little bit yellow, so I'm gonna work on that.
The jaundice is setting in. So the plan for tonight is to field your questions. We have some questions that have been asked on the Kickstarter page and on Discord and I don't know, in emails and whatnot. So we'll hit some of those as well as whatever you guys have to say. So part of the fun of this is interact with us, right? Ask us questions. Tell us what you want to see. We're here to hang out with you and hear what you have to say. And in fact, we'll do a lot. We'll probably do most of the talking, but you can write in. Let us know what you think. What else is happening tonight, Chris? What's going on?
We're doing a little giveaway. If you're worried about needing some help in the Pledge Manager for Lowtown, we're going to be giving away $50 of Pledge Manager credit.
Woo!
Roughly an hour into the stream, I assume. I don't want to say halfway because I don't really know how late we're going tonight. Probably 2 hours, I would estimate.
We'll cap it at 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll see how our Steam's doing.
Because we've got, I don't know, a bunch.
We got stuff to do. I mean, I got to do another stream and that 2 tomorrow. So
streams and streams.
Yeah.
Streams. It seems.
I'm still very tired.
Yes, we have. In case you don't know why we're here or you're here, we launched a Kickstarter yesterday. It's, very exciting. Off to a killer start. We're at like 1,100 backers and 1.77 mil. This is great. We're going to the moon. Going to unlock all sorts of fun stuff. And I don't know. I'm excited that people seem A, excited, and B, not overly confused. So we're normally 1 and 2 for the.
Well, here's the thing.
Usually excited but confused.
I think there's still a good amount of confusion, but for very different reasons than usual.
But the confusion to excitement ratio much better than usual. We'll take that ratio.
How are you? Can Dwarven Forge gift cards be used in the Pledge Manager? Yes. In the Pledge Manager, you'll just need to contact customer support for it. We have to do it manually. But we will be able to take any gift cards that you have and apply them to your credit in the Pledge Manager.
Oh, before we start, two things. One, our only rules are just be nice and chat, right? Everybody in this community is dynamite and deserving of your respect, and I mean not everybody in this community, but everybody on our stream is deserving of your respect, and so be nice, and we are people, so be nice, and don't be afraid to speak up. And then that was my only preamble. My other thing is Toby is in the house here. Toby!
I don't know if he's within earshot.
Well,
he's in the build room.
We thought it would be fun, because Toby likes speed building. We thought it'd be fun to give him a mission. Toby! So we're talking about your mission.
Let me actually set up a mic for him.
So Lord Speed Build here is you're warming up for tomorrow's build jam, right?
I'm gonna have an unfair advantage on Tyler now.
Tyler's gonna be jet lagged, and you're gonna be like you're flexing your muscles. So we thought Toby loves doing speed builds and doing stuff build on demand.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be fun if you guys. There's been some requests of, hey, can we see a couple of landmarks together? What can you make? What kind of coverage does that give us? Whatever. So we thought it would be fun if you guys chose 2 landmarks, and Toby will mash them up, build something, take those and build something. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds really fun. I'm excited to do it.
You're excited until you see what they see what they come up
landmarks, okay, not districts.
Yeah, landmarks. We clarify. Or the alternate could be a landmark plus like 2 or say 3 sets.
Okay, yeah, that works too.
What do we got a lot of. Oh boy.
Warehouse and Wizards. Wharf and Wizard. A lot of people saying Wharf and Wizard. Phantom Bob says Inn and Barracks though, which is a bit different. Wizards Townhouse and Merchants, Thieves Guild and Humble Homestead.
Warehouse.
So here's the thing: we've asked them a question.
Triple wizards.
We've asked people a question that has like somewhere around 40 something possible answers.
Probably more, right? Because I also said they could do 3 sets.
How
plus a
many
thing.
how many landmarks are there?
We have nine.
Oh god, yeah.
We launched this time, so we have 9.
There's over 50 permutations then.
56, right?
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can do doubles.
Oh yeah, there's doubles also.
You're
So
talking
81
about
permutations.
there's doubles?
Well, you could do
Doubles is
double
good.
wizard.
Oh my god.
Double down.
How
about Toby? What would you like to build? What do we see? What do you from what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at this.
Barracks and Old Inn is an interesting one
Barracks,
because
Old Inn,
that's
Wizard,
like
and Wharf is also interesting.
doing anything with the Old Inn is fun because it doesn't have roofs. So then introducing you get to change the profile a lot by adding something with roofs. Yeah, 9 square degree room. A
81
poll. A Thieves Guild library.
Do a poll for favorite
Barracks of
landmarks.
the Wharf
I can
Wizard.
only put 5 options in. It would take so long to do this through polls.
Wizard Wharf. Wizard Wharf seems very good. Murder Bar Old Inn.
Wizard is coming up and Wharf is coming up a lot. Those are the 2 that are coming up the most, I think.
Okay, so I can start with that, I guess.
Murder Bar, Old Inn. Let's start with Wizard and Wharf because those are the 2.
All right, start with. That's gonna be that's already a. You might need a couple of these because I think I took all of them.
Okay.
Spacers.
It's
Maybe
just
there's
2,
more.
right?
Yeah.
Wizard Warehouse would also be happy with Wharf. Wharf is the
Wharf
warehouse.
is the warehouse.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a Wharf house.
Okay.
Fully sub-
Yep.
It's a lycanthropic house. Where?
Why are you looking at me?
Because that's your kind of joke. All right.
Okay.
So
I'll be back with a
where
House.
Wizard House, Wharf Wizard,
yeah.
the Wharf Wizard warehouse. All right. Off we go. Set that. We need a timer that's clicking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not setting that up.
Yeah, no pressure. You got it out in an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, I'll try to do more than one this time around, but
Ooh.
also gathering the pieces.
Yeah. Toby's gathering the pieces for the next district, the Inn to the Pit, which I think you guys are going to beat us to it. We're not going to... You're going to unlock it before we have it
Yeah,
built.
because we can't shoot it until Wednesday, right?
Thursday.
We can't shoot it until Thursday. Right, because you're not in on Wednesday. So
Well,
we can't
on
shoot it.
Wednesday, I just want to build... I need 2 days... want to build it and then sleep on it and check it before we
So
gotta
we
check
can't get that
comp
video up until Friday, basically. At the
there.
fastest.
Go build like a wind.
Yeah.
Build
Okay.
like a wizard.
I'll have the
Like a
pieces for the in gathered after this.
yeah. Build first. Build.
Flortal is the yawning portal, right? I'll never
Is anybody
tell.
from Wizards watching?
I'll never tell.
We can't confirm or deny. It's a very sleepy portal for sure.
Yeah. Welcome to the
Oh.
sleepy passage.
The sleepy passage. It's so no so Into the Pit is a small humble inn and tavern that is known for it has a circular fighting pit conveniently located in the middle of the floor, so patrons will gather and watch people go into pugilists in the pit, right? That's all. Simple.
Yeah.
So it's just a hey, Justice is here. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, Justice is he's yep.
We do have someone from Wizards watching.
Oh no. Wait, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Hey, Justice, how are you holding up out there with all the OGL onslaught?
I don't
and
think he's
whatnot?
legally allowed to answer that. Let's move on. Let's not even bring that up. You shouldn't even put him on blast, I don't think.
Right.
Probably about it. Nobody bothered. Nobody harassed him.
Nothing to see here.
Nobody
So, anyway,
harassed him.
so the Into the Pit is the next district we're gonna unlock, and it's an
Yeah.
inn that has a fighting pit in the middle, thus the clever name Into the Pit. Whew. Also, it would be pretty easy to change if you took the base of whatever is in that fighting pit and switched it out to a bottomless pit. It would could just go anywhere, huh?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. That'd be wild. Anyway.
Yeah. So while Toby's building that, we're gonna address a. We're
Toby's
gonna.
building the Wharf Wizard
We're gonna.
mixture.
The
Wizard's
Wharf
Townhouse and
Wizard.
Wharf Watch Wizard. Not Wharf Watch. Wharf Warehouse.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Do you realize we got 2 more weeks of this? We are going to be completely incomprehensible.
I'm already done.
I know.
Yeah, we want to address a couple things real quick, and then we're gonna answer your questions. While Toby's building, we wanted to address some stuff that just went out in the update. The biggest thing, I think, is we've had a lot of people who are noticing, hey, the unpainted double and triple pledges for landmarks and districts were a little weird. I can get them a la carte and get a better deal than doing the bundle. That's because the system was designed around all landmarks and districts being like the same price, basically. And
In order to be able to
we
swap
had to choose
stuff
and we had to choose between doing that for painted or unpainted, because with painting premiums being different per piece, like we couldn't make it work both ways. So we chose painted because we figured that would be the most helpful for people. That means that unpainted bundles are all like different prices. So to find like a good, like solid discount was difficult because we had to go off of the most expensive combination, basically.
Well, let's say you got
Otherwise,
two or three of the most expensive.
Otherwise, we would lose our shirt.
Yeah.
Turns out,
Nice.
and completely valid, that makes it a little weird and a little more awkward. So we figured out a way to handle it in a way that we think is more fair for everybody that does unpainted. Basically, what we're doing is if you choose a double or a triple landmarker district unpainted in the pledge manager, basically just contact. Do they even need to contact us, or do we do it?
Yeah, there's so
Can they
the
contact us? Yeah.
detailed instructions are in the day 2 update, which went out about an hour ago or so. So the lineup is there. Basically, you have to set up everything that you want, and then contact us, and we manually will apply a discount because it'll be different. We can't automate it.
Yeah, and we're going to apply the same. It's a flat dollar discount, so we're going to apply it the same discount no matter which landmarks or districts you get. We are going to take the same dollar amount off, so you're getting the same benefit no matter which ones you choose.
And ironically, all this confusion is because we were trying to make it as simple and streamlined as possible, right? We were trying to have not so many pledges and let you have choice, right? It's one pledge. You can choose 9 different flavors. Trying to make it easy, but it's led to we have a couple of convoluted things we might have to do. So
Yeah,
but fundamentally, the rest is easy. I think. I hope.
yeah, and we might change the way some of the listings look and everything as we kind of integrate that into the site. But it's a thing like we just kind of like we're scrambling over the last like day to like work that out, and we think that's the best way to go forward with that. So that's what we're doing with that.
Also, this is just a wonderful example. One of the many, many, many reasons we enjoy crowdfunding is we put this stuff up and we get wonderful feedback, right? We get very thoughtful, very insightful feedback from you guys, and it helps us make the offer better and the pieces better and the compositions better and whatnot. So please keep the feedback coming, right? If you see something that doesn't make sense or you see something that maybe there's a different thing you prefer, let us know. Obviously, we can't always change everything, and some things are there for a reason, but we certainly value the feedback, and it helps us just improve the thing. And often there is a rhyme to a reason, right? We had a bunch of questions. We're going to look at some of the double high stuff today. Some people on Discord were like, "Why are there so many posts in the double high pack and whatever?" And there is a rhyme to the reason on that. We'll go through that today. But keep it coming. That's what we're here for.
What were the other things we saw?
We talked about
are there any other questions?
Shipping.
Yeah, shipping. Yeah, talk about the shipping.
So I'm not 100% versed, but
We're not
essentially-
able to ship the pieces to you. You have to come pick them up.
Yeah, come on, drive to Brooklyn. So internationally, some of the stuff has changed since our last Kickstarter, and some of the regions we're shipping to don't charge. We're not charging the tax now. It gets charged by the courier on delivery, and it's confusing. It's in the oh no, it's not in this update. It's going to be Jay's writing up a thing. We put a little blurb about it in yesterday's update, and I think we'll have another blurb about it. But fundamentally, if you're an international backer, read that shipping section carefully, particularly in the pledge builder. It'll tell you when the stuff is going to get billed. So if it looks like it's too low, it means it is. It's because your tax will get billed later, if that makes sense.
As somebody with limited funds, if I only had $350 to spend, what's the best bang for my buck in terms of pledging?
Basics. Get the basics. Get the.
I would say, yeah.
The mega, wood starter mega is like, it is such a bucket of useful. It's basically wood dungeon pieces you can use to build anything, and then you have another $100 to spend. You could get some cool dressing, get tavern dressing or something, or get a floor pack so you can make it bigger.
I would say basics if you want them to do interiors. If you want them for exteriors, I would say look at some of the stuff like Midtown Merchants or Humble Homesteads, and
Those are $500.
Oh, yes, but I'm saying, and you take out the dressing and stuff, and basically it's like, okay, so yeah, I want basically this amount of coverage. I can do without the dressing. See how much it would cost to take out the dressing packs and just have like the pieces that are actually literally building the buildings. See how that comes out for you is what I would recommend.
Because if you're on a budget, roofs are going to eat up a lot of your budget rapidly, right? If you're there to like, hey, I want to make a neat encounter of mostly interiors or interiors and outdoors, and I can pretend fake the roof or whatever, I would focus on walls, right? Because that's gonna break up play, make things more interesting for your minis. But the city builder basics, those the wood starter and the wood starter mega, those are fun. Like those collection of pieces, they're awesome. And you can do multi-level stuff, and they expand. Right, you could get one now and get another one later. It's just like dungeon sets, right? You can just keep getting more and building on and building on.
Ultimately, what it really comes down to is what you are building towards. What kind of games do you want to run? Because that will affect the pledge. If you're somebody who wants to run like interior dungeon crawl style stuff in like a manor or a basement or something, that's a very different kind of pledge than if you are somebody who plays a lot of like skirmish games or something and you want buildings for blocking line of sight.
What he said.
Yeah.
Hey.
If I swap my pledge from single painted district to build your own, does it change my backer number? No. Your backer number is given to you when you join. It would only be if you like completely canceled your pledge and then rebacked, I think. And
here's the thing: is none of it really matters until you get into the pledge manager, anyway, right? I mean, obviously your back number is fun.
I think he's literally only asking about the backer number.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we don't do shipping based on your backer number or anything. If that was your concern, we're not. Yeah, we don't do that.
It's all just for pride.
Yeah.
Backer number.
Are the city builder basics compatible with the corner post / wall pieces? No.
Well, sort of. I mean, they don't take them, but they all can work together in the ecosystem. Why don't I?
Because they can build in line with them, right?
Yeah.
So it's not.
And that's the big difference. A good showcase of them is the Old Time Inn basically uses the city builder basics for all of the walls, and then has one regular floor pack in there, or a parquet floor pack to expand it out. Versus Murder Bar uses all of the city builder style ones with walls and posts, and then freestanding walls to build out. But you could like mash those together into like one mega toolbox.
We're just
like
inadvertently answered Justice's question, which is what's the difference between Old Time Inn and Speakeasy Murder Bar? Old Time Inn uses City Builder Basics, which is the 2x2 pieces that build like the dungeon tiles or cavern tiles, whereas Speakeasy Murder Bar is built CBS style with corner post and inserted
corner
walls.
posts and walls and pegs.
Yeah.
But you could mix and match, and in fact, you perhaps will see that in Into the Pit whenever we get that up and running. Let me grab some of the basics, and we can demo that. And I want to demo these double highs. Keep them coming.
While you're doing that, I'll answer Paladin Hell's question. Do the City Builder basic pieces work okay with elevation? Yes, actually. So they still have the biscuits. And so actually, if you look at the Old Time Inn pledge, if you look at that bundle, it has a second story there. That bit in the upper left corner of the build, when you look at like the product photo, that is a second story thing. We've got like just the stairs going into a pedestal just to kind of go up to a second floor. So they actually can do elevation fairly well. And like you can, they still have biscuits in them, so you can biscuit them onto the sides of buildings and stuff like that. So you can still do some elevation stuff with it, and I think as the campaign goes on, we'll produce some more content that shows more of the flexibility with those things. Because the basics actually do. The nice thing about basics is they actually do have some compatibility with the other sets as well. They aren't like a completely self-contained separate system. You can build with just the basics, but they also have ways to work with the other stuff in the collection.
Punch in the. What's neat about they're giving you a. You can use these guys.
We should go to the. Yeah.
You can use these guys like if you start with the wood starter mega. You can get these to build stuff, and then later get some full-blown city builder pieces, and then you can use the stuff in line together, and it works like a charm. Something like that. You can use these to make small interior rooms and whatnot in your bigger builds that you're doing with the other city builder pieces. They mix and match nicely, so it is a great place to start. I think that's going to be your most useful toolbox if you want to tell a bunch of RPG. If you want to build a bunch of RPG encounters, that's going to get you the most most coverage and versatility. Do I have any walls? Oh, yeah.
What do I need to pledge to get that dagger? Ask Janet. Janet's the
Yeah.
one that found it, right?
Yeah.
She got it off Amazon, so you stopped throwing actual knives around or something.
It was something like that. Yeah. Sort of tired of me you juggling real
Would
razors.
like to see a cupola on a city's roof if possible, please. That's an easy thing to do.
Yep. On a city roof, like an old one.
An old CBS. Yeah, I'm curious how that would sell.
Also, the cathedral topper works. Really
How many
well
roof
on it,
sets would it
so.
take to cover a wood starter? It should be one, right? They're all made to cover a 4x8, or are they
A
made to
wood
cover?
starter is bigger. It's like 5. It would be.
Oh, we're talking about city builder basics.
Yeah.
I was thinking wood core. Never
One
mind.
would be a good start. Depends how many floors you do.
We
and
have
what
too
you're
many
doing.
words that mean.
One would start. Yeah, one would be a good start, or one roof core and one roof straights would then give you a lot of coverage. You'd have more than you need. So it's kind of an awkward. It's like 1.5 would be. Thing.
Have we not seen as many break the square layouts as much as we've been thinking? We've got a good amount. It depends on, like, Wizard's Townhouse does it a bunch. Lumber Baron's Lodge breaks it a bunch. Ambush Alley breaks it a lot. Like, there's a lot of, if you look at,
What were they saying?
have we not seen as many builds that break the box as we expected? It's like, there's a good amount of it in
Yeah.
number of the pledges.
We've got the
Getting diagonals, the bay windows, the wizard, the angle rooms.
overhangs.
Yeah.
Interesting balconies, the whole kit and caboodle. You know what? We also I'm so excited to do some compatibility.
If you could only pick one landmark, what would your want list be?
Wizard's Townhouse.
Yeah. Townhouse has been very popular.
Well, also what's neat about the townhouse is it's all the funky pieces. So you could, if you have any of the existing, if you've got some Tudor, you can get the Wizard's Townhouse and merge it with your Tudor and make it's a really fun. It's a fun one. The goal with the Wizard's Townhouse is like I want to do this with no basic pieces. I'm like, is there a way to just use the fun shapes and actually make something cohesive and manage to pull it off? There's a few.
If you were
Few
going,
basic shapes, but it was trying to maximize the interesting shapes.
Dr. Sponge
Woo!
says, can the stretch goal page please have filters for painted versus unpainted as well
They
as
are.
small versus large chests? They are.
Yeah,
So there is a way to filter it.
yeah. If you go to treasure chests, then on the left side of the there's filters for the sizes and for painted and unpainted.
Oh, Finley's in here
it?
helping out. Yeah. If Night of the Phoenix says, if you were going to spend 2 to 3K, wanted a nice mix of interior and exterior encounters, what would you recommend? If you're going with a district, probably go with Lumber Baron.
That does everything.
Because it's got tools for. Because also, if you're talking about like interiors, if you take Lumber Baron and you make it not a 4-story building, and you can build it out as like a very wide 1 or 2-story building even, and then use those freestanding walls that make the courtyard to actually like divide up the interiors more if you'd like.
What I would do is I would get Lumber Baron's Lodge and then some scaffolding
Yeah.
sets, and you would be off to a great.
And if you
start.
want, you could also like if you don't care about like because there's a number of dressing and like other like flavor pieces in there as well. So if you want, you can use that as a base and then take those pieces out and put more money towards getting more like bread and butter pieces, basically. If that's how you wanted to, if that's what you want to focus on and lean into. But I think Lumber Baron's Lodge is the best hybrid district we have as like a
also
starting
the
point.
only hybrid.
Yeah. I would
and
look at
therefore
that.
the best.
I would look at that. The only hybrid so far. So I would look at that as either like a start for your pledge, or at least just like looking at it for like inspiration to see like what does it look like to build a building that does both.
Yeah, it's
Let's see.
just a fun. It's got a really good collection of pieces.
Are there double rustic wood posts? No.
You know the other one would be you could get you could get Warfield Village, and then buy some dressing to fill it up.
Warfield Village gives you a lot of buildings, so you can
get
make
all the dressing
interiors.
packs. Like, cause that gives you Warfield Village gives you
That's got a good amount of
it
roofs
gives
with
you
it.
stone, it gives you wood, it gives you some interesting shapes, it gives you scaffolding, it gives you a big roof variety pack, and it has the arches, the urban elevation arches. So that plus a bunch of get the dressing packs, get the kitchen. The kitchen's awesome. The kitchen, the cottage, the tavern,
Let's see.
and you'd have a great lineup.
Possible to
Oh,
see
the market.
interiors of Dockside District, get a sense of how much playable space is in there. The problem is it takes us a long time to build those districts out, and building them back out to do that again is rough.
I was timing it. I've averaged about 7 hours to build each district the first time through, like trying to figure out what it is. It's like, so it's adjusting. It's a combination of figuring out, starting with an idea of a composition, kind of building together, going, oh no, wait, I got to lose 2 of these packs to have enough room to put these 2 packs in, and whatever. And so it takes about 7 hours. I think it's probably 2 or 3 hours now that we know what the composition is. But plus pulling the, I mean, it probably took Tyler 90 minutes or something to pull it, just to pull the packs.
We might be able to do that by Pledge Manager, but I don't think
No.
we'll be able to do that for the districts by the time the campaign ends. Because we got to focus on making some of this new content.
We did not think about opening them up.
Well, because there's no dressing or anything inside them, so we were like, this build is focused on being an exterior play, basically.
But it's a good question. It's a good, in hindsight, my favorite kind of stuff.
Can you discuss the completion package? Yeah, we're planning on doing one. We won't know what it looks like. It'll be for Pledge Manager because we need to know how many.
Is for Pledge Manager.
Yeah.
So here's what's going on with the completionists. So originally, let me back up. So the goal is there are a number. So there's 2 things going on. There's the completionist, and then there is the essentialist. So, and then the existentialist. So the completionist, there are a number of people who want to make sure they get like at least one of every sculpt, right? Make sure they have everything that's in the campaign, particularly for down the line. They're like, oh, they want to do this thing. Oh, I don't have the rustic steeple or whatever. I have something that I really wish I'd had. I don't have it. So there's a collection of people that they want to make sure they get everything that's sculpted in here, and want kind of an easy solution for that. There's also a camp of people who would like to build every single district, but just not all at once, right? So they're like, well, I maybe today I want to build the Lumber Baron's Lodge, and then tomorrow it's downtown Dockside, and the day after that it's into the pit, whatever. And so those are two similar but very different things. So the completionist was the thing that we were poking at before the campaign and haven't quite solved yet. And that's going to solve the sort of the first thing. The essentials one is a whole other animal. We'll get there. But right now, the plan is we're trying to make these something that maybe would be sustainable for the long run. I don't know if it's going to work or whatnot. But right now, it's looking like 2 districts. One would be a more of the standard building bits and dark roofs, and the other one would be fancier building bits and green roofs. And some of it depends on what we end up unlocking in the campaign, because that'll affect the compositions. But we're trying to. The dream is we can get all of that into two districts, so that fundamentally you could get both of those and have a pretty good. You would have everything sculpted in the campaign. You wouldn't have the most ideal ratios for actually building a whole bunch of stuff, right? So you wouldn't have. You want 10 floor packs, or at least 5 or 6 floor packs or something. You wouldn't probably have as many floor packs as you'd want for the amount of roofs, because if we're assuming that you have both the dark and the green roofs in there and whatnot, you end up with more roofs than you have floors, whatever. So it's not the most buildable collection, but it would give you everything. So the ideal combo would be you'd go triple district, you'd get completionist pack A, completionist pack B, and then your third one, you would do something like Warfield Village or Ambush Alley, or even Downtown Dockside, something that had a lot of building pieces, which would then be supplementing. You're like, okay, I've got the entire lineup here, plus a whole bunch of building pieces from one of these, and then I can build anything. Does that sort of sum it up? But I don't know when it's all going to coalesce and come together, but we are working on it for people that are looking for that sort of thing. So I guess the first question is, does that scratch that itch? And does that make sense and sound like a good idea?
If you want something to do with your hands, people are wanting to see City Builder Basics with roofs on it to see what that looks like.
Right. That would require roofs. Okay, I will get said roofs.
No worries. Is the dangle room, the octagonal room that you put the wizard head on, do you need diagonals to use that?
No, that's another. There is a tricksy way you can also work
cool.
with that. What did they say? Does that
Roofs on city
completionist
builder basics.
plan seem like a plan?
Yeah, let's see. There's a lot of people asking a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to get to everybody as much as possible and try to combine people's requests and questions into. If there's two that I think can be combined into one, I'll try to do that. Hoping to get through as much of this as we can. See wizard roofs on a small tower foundation. It doesn't really work. We were hoping sizing would work out, but it doesn't. We looked at that like a month and a half ago, I think, something like that. On stream, somebody asked, and yeah, the wizard roof just doesn't. It's not the. It's too far from the footprint for the small towers to really have compatibility. Oh God. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna be delightful.
Do they redo the
It's
old
gonna be
battle boards and the
delightful.
new texture system? Probably not. There's not currently plans for it. We might. I don't know. It's tough because with the texture, there's advantage and disadvantage to both, right? With the non-textured ones that we had before, because they were just like flat, featureless neoprene on top, we were able to put metal under there and have the magnets work. The texture creates more distance from the metal sheet, so we were finding that putting the metal sheet in, one, raised the price of the battle boards along with the texture, and two, it made the magnets basically just not effective at all. So I think there's still an advantage to having the old style of battle boards as well, because the magnets work better on that one. So if you need something to magnetize things to, that's a better base for that. So I don't think we want to completely get rid of non-textured battle boards.
You're gonna need some.
Who would totally buy a rug pack? I wouldn't be surprised if we had something like that in the Pledge Manager, but I think before
Yeah,
we
I'll
make
leave them
a
there.
pack like that, we want to see how many rugs
Big bucket
we
of
unlock.
biscuits. Bucket of
see.
biscuits.
When will Pledge Manager open up?
All right.
We usually say around a month after the campaign ends. I think we're hoping to have it up by the end of March because we want to have it open when we go to PAX East, but it depends on how
Dollar
quickly.
says mid-April.
It depends on how quickly we can actually get everything ready. But yeah.
Dollar says mid-April.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put a roof on a thing. Also, somebody wanted. Oh, I didn't get a regular. They wanted an old roof.
Widow's Walk versus Balcony Builder. Balcony Builder. Thoughts?
Balcony
Do you want to
Bender.
build balconies or Widow's Walks? I think is the question. I think the scaffolding packs are all pretty well. I feel like they're all pretty well broken up to like fitting their use cases pretty well.
I say they're brilliant.
Yeah. So it really depends on like what you want to do because they really are like equipped for those use cases. In terms of like how many railings do you get, how many pilings do you get, stuff like that.
They were designed to build a thing, like give you enough pieces to actually build a usable thing.
A pledge combo that would allow you to build any district to be welcome. That's also something we might do for Pledge Manager, but again, it's a thing that we need to wait.
It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
So that the essentialist
Yeah.
is like, because here's the challenge: is you're gonna have to, Warfield Village has 4 sets of the arches.
Mm-hmm.
The Market Square has 2 sets of the Manor House walls or something. Those are expensive. There's like, there's just, you have to go to the maximum quantity in each set, and there's a lot, especially if you want to have, if you care about having the correct color roofs, which maybe is a whole other animal. If you don't care about having the correct color roofs, then it's a little better, but it's going to be a big collection. But maybe that's okay. I have not biscuited these all together, but oh boy.
Oh,
All right, I'm going to biscuit them together.
because those aren't biscuit. Yeah, you got a biscuit. Hey, so this is why we did biscuits.
All right.
Got to connect those roofs.
Yeah.
Uh,
So this is, somebody wants to see roofs on here, and we'll go up to the second story, then we have
Is it possible for each component pack in the Pledge Builder to have links to the bundles that use it? That might be beyond our capabilities in that software.
Wait, whoa.
For each component pack in the Pledge Builder to have links to every bundle that uses it. I don't think there's like a...
So like in the roofs, what packs use? You know what we have for that? The builder friendly. Oh, we didn't release it today, did we?
The backer-friendly
The
spreadsheet?
backer friendly.
No, it's out. We didn't put it in the Kickstarter update, but it's out.
Yeah.
If you look on the Discord, and somebody could probably link it to you too, there's actually a... Tyler put together a spreadsheet of all the packs that you can look at. That so you can just like search for like the SKU number for each piece and see everything that it's in, stuff like that.
All the categories,
All
like,
the categories,
everything. It's got all
the
stuff.
categories.
All right. Here, take 2. Roofs is 1 unit. I missed it.
Build guides will be happening. Yes.
Look at that.
Not until after the campaign, but build guides will be happening. Can we answer a key from chat and see the Dangler Impact Tower build? And does it require the large diagonal wall to complete it?
Oh, I didn't get the
Oh,
Dangler
we
room.
already talked about... Right, I already
Yep.
told you about that, though. I'm trying to catch up on old
We will
chat
get-
while also
we will
still
get-
looking at new chat.
We will get Dangle Room. We won't leave you dangling.
Oh, Letitia says it's also on the How to Pledge page on the microsite. Excellent.
Hey, Letitia.
Also, hey, Letitia worked her
Yes.
intensely hard for months on getting that microsite, like, functioning.
Not just functioning, but glorious.
Yeah.
Well,
that
I'm
is,
gonna
that
try
has
and
been,
do-
like, her pet project.
If pets would eat you alive.
So while we're talking about how nice the microsite is, give her flowers for that, you know.
Is this going to work? I'm trying to cheat without putting... I don't want to biscuit all these. Oh, yes. 2-story...
Oops. Almost accidentally misclicked and stopped the stream.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been bad.
Hilarious. All right. So, that'll work. We also have, while we're here...
Is it possible to add multiple sources of payment over the time it took? In the Pledge Manager, you can use multiple sources of payment. You can do several different payments from different sources. Kickstarter just won't let you.
All right, so herein lies the problem. Someone wanted to see the steeple on the old roofs. Here comes our first issue. The old roofs come to a point. The new roofs are flat at the top so that we can put ridges on them. So the profile of this is designed to fit perfectly over. Oh, and this is also the off-sized. This one was did not shrink. Actually, so these will. This is not going to work on the old one. Sad. Sad panda. All right. Should we go look at double highs? Oh, and then double highs and then dangle, or dangle then double high?
Real quick, while you've got this built, people have been
Yeah.
wanting to see new and old roofs on the same building, just to see what that looks like.
They want to live dangerously.
It's, yeah, it's really, it's really cool compatibility if you just really want a house that looks like it was made by somebody who doesn't know how to make a house.
Maybe it's like
It's not terrible.
row houses that you see.
Where I think it can work is if you're like, oh, this house was made like in parts over time, or especially if you have like housing over different sections of the building.
No. It's not terrible. If you had them at different heights too, it would be.
Yeah, like if you've got if you have two different segments, it works better, I think. Yeah, like especially if the building was like more complex.
killer.
I think it works fairly decent.
And one of the things Hamster and Aaron worked on was trying to get roof colors that were going to be compatible. Like, so you would have a nice palette for the old and new, and we were trying to do. Look how nice the wood looks with the with those.
Can we get gray and green and slate? You want all of them?
What?
They want gray and green and slate on the same
All in one place?
same building. Might need to make a bigger building. Well, any thoughts on new roof shapes in for old? Any thoughts on new roof shapes in for doing the shapes in that material? Not now. It's out of the scope for this Kickstarter. It would take way more sculpts than we can afford to do right now. But hey, maybe in the future, if this stuff does, we'll make everything if you give us enough time. But currently no. Let's see. Oh my God, there's so many questions here. Let's see. See some of the scaffolding mixed with mountain terrain from the previous Kickstarter. Oh, we've done that. Our wargaming video has a compatibility build that is scaffolding and freestanding walls mixed in with Aranthor Mountains and also some castles. That video should be coming out later this week, I would imagine.
He's brewing up some
And
madness.
I also posted a walkthrough of it that we retweeted on the Dwarven Forge account. If you go looking for that,
Which video?
the compatibility, the war game, kind of fly-throughs.
Fun.
So somebody's asking to see scaffolding in the mountains. I'm like, we did that. So that you'll be seeing that soon. And we also did scaffolding in forest as well. So you'll see that as well. And then we're gonna do more compatibility stuff over the course of the campaign. Can we get packed dirt textured battle boards?
Maybe. It was something we were working on and wasn't quite ready for launch. We'll see what happens. It may be if we can pull it off, it'll probably be a pledge manager thing.
Can we see the castle steeple on top of the cupola base? Oh yeah, that actually works. We forgot to. Well, I didn't read it until now. We didn't forget anything, but
Getting Christmas colored roofs here. We get
nice.
dark.
What else is here? Given the previous demand post Kickstarter and the more set boxes for this Kickstarter, is there a plan to have more extra order with Kickstarter to have the web store not be such a death pit fight?
Death Pit. That's our next district.
We push for it. It's going to depend on. We got to look at our inventory.
Well, and it's a cash flow
Size
thing
and-
too. We can't
yeah.
we can't burn everything.
How much capital
and
do we
it
have up
takes a long
front?
time, and like Wildlands took us. We didn't. That took an extra year to
Yeah.
show up, and it was stuff. I don't know if you can really see it, but that's
There are magnets on the bottom of the new boards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Just like the old battle boards, so that you can attach terrain trays securely to a battle board and flip it upside down to elevate the terrain tray.
It's not terrible.
Please bust out the OG gable for terracotta and slate.
I'm gonna put it on a.
Yeah. Old slate and new dark look really good together. These schemes are good together.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Aaron and Hamster, they wanted it all to like look good if you had a city that had all these roofs.
You can totally play like this palette.
Also, the really fun thing. So
It's hard to tell
the old roofs, they may not have all the functionality that new roofs have with being able to peg scaffolding on top and biscuits and stuff like that. However, you can still make them somewhat playable with the new
purchase.
with the new perch. Since that's magnetic, you can still put the new perch on these old roofs and use that to like suspend the rope bridge across to them, and still include the original roofs in like your scaffolding rooftop runs. That perch is going to be really good for that. We should do a sample of that at some point too.
No, we're gonna do a mega city build, probably.
Yeah, we need to do a big cross.
What? You know what? Maybe the mega city build will be for next Friday's game.
Yeah, do the team
Yeah.
game on the Mega City. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense.
Build it.
If we can combine things, let's do it.
Stream something and like
Yeah, if we can combine things,
Yeah.
let's do it.
make it and just go nuts. In all the right ways.
Thatch
All right.
Fogger Roof is great. Yeah. Made for Wildlands, and it's
Well, yeah.
oh god.
We had some other stuff planned for Wildlands that never ended up happening. Somehow it all ends up one way or another. Most things make their way out. Okay, so we're gonna look at our friend Dangle Room, right? So this funky shape does that, right? Gets us our cool suspended overhang, and you can build your
I'm gonna gather some stuff for another
build out
request.
whatever. Can you grab a couple of the short walls, just narrow walls, like
The narrow wood?
yeah, solid or window or door, I'll take any flavor. All right. However, one of the neat things when we were designing this, so when we were figuring out this diagonal and how this was going to work, one of the things that was key was making sure it would take our regular walls in there. But that meant that by figuring out a way to make this work, we realized if we could get that to fit in there, it would also fit. Let's see if this actually works. I haven't done it. Yeah. This corner posts are a little loose. Theoretically, or not theoretically, actually, boy, this is. Let me get one that's not a rotating. Some of these prototypes a little loosey goosey. All right, that's a little better. So you can slot it in straight into and between any posts. So you could even like put this on the Bridge of Valor or something, which would be wild, but probably wouldn't look so great. But anyway, you can pop that on there. The challenge becomes roofing it because the way we designed the wizard hat roof and that kind of it's designed for basically to go in diagonally and whatever. But we do have a solution Toby figured out. Did I grab the, yes. Oh, thank you. What are those for?
People want to see the wizard roof on top of the...
All right. Of course, requires a wizard roof, but yes.
Oh, do we not have a wizard roof?
No, I didn't
I'll
get a
grab
roof.
one.
That would
we
have
have
been.
one.
I got the room, but not the roof. All right, so if this is, let's see, if this was a regular building, right, we would have just roof going along like that. Right, we'd have your wall, boom, 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 something like that's upside down. You get the idea, right? So then, boom, boom, boom. We pop that out instead. We're gonna put. What did I just get? How did I lose those? I have black hole hands. All right. All right. So then let's pretend the roof was going like this. We have two of these. Oh, this going together. Fine. Hold on. Enough of this fakery. I'm very used to. I will fake stuff quickly when I'm building by myself. I can just look. I sort of know what's gonna happen. I'll just vicariously perch stuff and teeter it out. I'll just slop a thing and be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Sometimes I'll just stack 2 floors and be like, okay, that's going to be a 2-floor thing, and whatever. It's all approximation, but it doesn't read so well to when you have a camera. I mean, you could do that. Yeah,
It's not nothing.
it's a gazebo. Of sorts.
It's not nothing.
Cute. Yeah. We'll put that right there.
I mean, it covers the whole.
All right, so you can you take a couple of valleys, you pop them over there. Get this over here. We got these guys together. Hold on. Get a couple of diagonals beside them, and look. Oh no, it's not quite there. Right? What are we gonna do? So this is an amazing trick. We need like about that much space, which is kind of an awkward amount of space. However, I don't know if I'm going to peg them all together, but I could. If you take the soffits to the rescue, if you peg on a pair of soffits here, boom, boom. Is this going to work? Yay, white stick. We don't have all the pegs up and running on these yet, so white stick has been our friend.
Does a soffit work? I haven't been following closely enough to know what that context is.
So you pop a soffit. Whoa.
Oh, pop a soffit. All right. I shouldn't have said anything. You got this.
Pop a soffit on the back.
Yo,
of
let me
these.
pop a soffit.
Pop a soffit on a pair of soffits on there, and then boom, and boom.
They call me
have
Big
a,
Papa Soffit.
A little roof there, and it fits over. It's got a little hint more overhang than maybe would be standard, but it fits the roof. You can get it in there, and you can swap out your door, and you get yet another use for our friend Dangle Room. The other neat thing you could do, if you want to just like brute force it, would be get over here. If you had your next floor, you could just build. You could build your next floor right on top of it, like
I wanted to see that.
like that. Right, so you could build on top of it, and that's another way to cover it, and just use it as this. Makes a really neat overhang. Biscuit these together, but makes it neat. Looks pretty cool, actually. Especially if you did like a cool. You could do a bay window or something out there and build it up. So, boom. Stuff to the rescue.
That's green. Is that darker green on the Elven Runes? This is the black and blue dress thing.
It's green.
So I brought over one of the old Tudor floors. Wanted to show people the main wood color for rustic wood is the same wood that we used in Tudor. So
well, it will be. It's close.
yeah. So the new floors, like you can see right here, the new floors are pretty much the same wood color as the Tudor.
So
wood floors.
the idea was that we would, by making these new wood floors, we would essentially be making new Tudor floors.
Yeah.
And the new corner posts, especially, of course, I don't have them. The ones with the rosettes, those would be super friendly for Tudor also. So you could use those, the rosette corner posts and the new floors with your Tudor walls, and then have all the new functionality, but slot in your Tudor walls.
Yeah.
It'd be the best of all worlds.
Yeah, so the new wood stuff we're doing here should actually just slot into. You should be able to slot your Tudor walls and everything in there, and it should look perfectly natural. Same base wood.
Yes.
How does this base fit with Imperial Streets? Will the backfills
it's
make
an
the dangle
absolute
room fit into
disaster.
Imperial Streets?
Yeah. So because
I missed the context.
the dangle room in Imperial Streets is a disaster.
Oh, you showed how you can do the wizard on
we
a
did it,
straight.
double
Nice.
soffit, Papa soffit.
Papa
So,
soffit.
So because this shape, because the dangle room can do two things, right? You can build with it straight and you can build with it diagonally. It is really not friendly to backfilling. It intrudes into, let's see where it goes. It breaks into essentially, if you're building, let's say you were building streets. Should I even just get them and demonstrate? Why don't you go with the hard? We'll do the hard way. We'll go we'll get some streets.
As you won't give us runes, can you at least show the CPS fire pieces with cult windows and roofs? It's talking about like the fire window inserts and the magnetic fire. We can do that. Should be an easy thing to grab. Do you think we'll me off an extra piece? Cool. So he addressed your issue there. I tuned him out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to look at the chat. Does the light wizard's hat or dark match better with the runes? You're killing me, Smalls. All right, yeah, I'll wait for him to get back so then he can entertain you while I go and grab dark wizard roof. Oh god. Okay, what else is there? Okay, no, that was the soffit thing.
I need
Gazebos. You can build old luncheon bridge style with dangle rooms and a biscuit run a stone floor. But yeah, buddy, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this that we didn't work into the districts.
Cool.
Because, generally, there's so much repeating geometry that there's just a lot of stuff. We can't showcase every bit of stuff
You get there.
that you can do with this stuff. Probably because we haven't discovered all of it yet. This is the most modular our stuff's ever been. Can we pan over to Toby? That wouldn't be a pan. That would be a full. That'd be a full move
Walk in the other room.
into.
He's making something cool.
Yeah.
Go figure. Every time.
Okay.
It's he's got a ways to go though.
Okay,
All right, we're
I'm
gonna.
going to
Hard to
go grab
imagine
this.
I filled up the table with junk, but I didn't even get to the double high yet. But we'll get there.
Yeah, this never happens.
A tangent, derailing. All right. So here we're gonna show you the rhyme behind rhyme behind something. The rhyme of my frost maiden. All right, we've got. All right, Imperial Streets. We love them, and that's something we're going to Hightown. We're gonna revisit. We're gonna look at streets, see what we can do in Hightown. Right now, Lowtown and streets is not a thing just yet in terms of expansions. But all right, so let's say here's the simple one, right? If we were building, so if you were building in line. Okay, so if we were building in line like this, we have this is a real simple one, right? This big diagonal, we have this double-sided piece. We put this thing is awesome, right? It's got cobblestone on one side and dirt on the other. And the theory is, in something like this, you could put put the cobblestone side up. I mean, you could really put either side up, but it's like a little. It would be like your threshold, right? Your little stoop outside your. Where are my walls? There we go. All right. So we could, something like this, right? Have a little cobblestone stoop. You could even have it like a dirt patch and have it be like, I don't know, it's one patch of dirt in the city. Maybe it doesn't look as realistic, but you could do it. So this is an easy fix, and this kind of can work for a lot of things. Particularly, you could run it up. You could put grass up against this or dungeon bits or whatever. So this was an easy fix. The dangle room. Look at this thing. This is this guy is just a jerk. Is like, try and get a dangle room in here. So this guy is now breaking into the space of 3 different tiles. So it's like, oh man, do you have to make a 8x8 that has a cutout for it, or do you offset everything by 2 inches? So let's knock our building off by 2 inches, 2 inches, and then you're still stuck with, well, how much, what is that footprint, right? We're not sitting on, if this is a 4x going here, and this one's getting here, like, you're already in a weird spot, right? Of where the heck are the rest of these? Where are these tiles going to go, and how big is this thing that's got to fill it, and what is it even filling, right? So you could theoretically, you see that outline there? You could theoretically make a 4x4 backfill that fits in that specific space, and then you would have to choose what you would fill it with, but then it would also, it sets all your blocks. If you're trying to build basically 4x4 buildings up against 4x4s, now everything's off by 2 inches, but in both directions, but maybe you can live with that. I don't know. So anyway, so we decided, and then that, of course, whatever piece you did for that wouldn't work if you had this in this configuration. It wouldn't work in that configuration, right? Because then now it's a whole different shape you have around that, because this one is at 45 degrees and it's straight. So then it's like, all right, 2 different weirdly shaped things that you can't use for anything else. That are large and complex, and whatever. So they were like, that's right out. But here's the solution. You ready for it?
After explaining that it can't be done, here's how you can.
Well, the backfill was something we chose not to do. We could. It's just like
it would have exactly one use case, and not.
And it doesn't. The rest of the building isn't easy either. And then it's I don't know. It was a mess. Here's a wonderful solution.
That's sacrilege, though.
Look at that. This building can be on top of the tiles. Heck, we can even, you can even push it in. You can go out there. You can go wherever you want. Look, now our dangle room fits. No backfill needed. Here's another solution.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for it? Second story. Start your dangle room up there.
We can offer more large square brick floors then? Not now.
But yeah, that's something we could reorder. We get more of these positive floors. That's absolutely a good.
We're not making new bricks in Lowtown, but there's nothing stopping us from making more bricks in the future.
Yeah, well, we can just reorder these things.
Dude, you can make bricks whenever you want.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was a big it was a lot to try and get this to sit nicely with everything else, especially because the way it was intruding into so many things on the nice 4x4.
All right. We should set up for the gift card and also.
Yeah. What's the word?
I don't know. You guys throw some word suggestions out while I explain what I was doing when I was gone. They wanted to see. I can pan over. They wanted to see what the dark wizard roof looks like on the ruins, in comparison to the green. I think it looks a little less fanciful. I like that the green kind of goes with the vegetation.
More ruined though. Now it's like it's been there for a long time. It's so.
I guess I like the green more personally. That's fine. Whatever. People got taste. And the other thing was they were wanting to see like the old Tudor ruins worked in with the wood, including putting the fire window inserts and putting like the
No, that's a whole build.
building the even just taking the 4x4 and just doing like the putting.
I want to do it right.
Walls
If
on
we're
the
gonna do
brick
it.
floor. You're gonna do it right.
Nother,
Okay.
That's a whole. Let's. I gotta get to double high. Like, so we gotta like.
Yeah.
Let's tackle double high. 'Cause ruins will be its own.
I got the stuff for it.
Hold on.
Is the thing, so it's there now. People want dangle. Let's do.
What more would dangle? What more do you want with the dangle?
Okay, dangle is the word. If you want to win.
Dangle's a good word. Dangle all the way. Yeah.
Starring Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
great.
Schwarzenegger. All right.
Yeah, if you want a chance to win $50 for the pledge manager of this Kickstarter, just type dangle in chat. It's not case sensitive. You can use it in a sentence. You can whatever you want.
Dangle.
You will be entered as long as the letters for dangle appear next to each other in a message that you send within the next like 5 minutes.
Ooh, you get bonus points if you can work it into a funny message.
Yeah, we're playing Scrabble. That's not how Scrabble works.
I don't think so. Let's play Scrabble.
Let's play Scrabble. That'd be a fun stream. Is there a way to use terrain with Scrabble?
You'd pull letters. You have to build something with the letters.
You
that
learned
you're
what
using.
codpiece means from watching Dwarven Forge live?
Woo!
When did we talk about codpieces?
I don't know. It is definitely in the vernacular though.
I'd never been fishing.
I enjoy.
I have been fishing. I grew
did some
up in Utah and
foam
Washington.
smithery to
I've
make
been
myself
fishing.
a skull cod piece back in my younger LARP days.
Skull codpiece. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was lively. It was a fan favorite, really. I don't know who these fans were, but
Yeah.
yeah, we could bring the cod piece back.
It was the Poet's Nook as the codpiece. Oh, you called the Poet's Nook the codpiece apparently,
I did.
which I think just says a lot about
In a
you.
video or on the stream?
In stream.
Okay, that makes sense.
You think we would put that in a video?
Oh, this was the Bowie bulge.
The Bowie bulge. Okay, it's starting to come
Yeah.
back to me. I remember that. Did Michelle say Bowie bulge?
Yes.
Michelle said
Of
Bowie
course
bulge.
she did.
There we go. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. All right.
All right, let's. Oh, I was gonna. Were you talking about these things?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
Let's talk double highs.
So people. Someone was asking what. There were a bunch of questions about the double.
People
high.
are mad.
They're mad. They're angry.
They're
mad
trying to
with
cancel
excitement.
us for not having spacers.
Well, good for them. So I don't even have enough. I didn't grab. How many more days? All right. 4, 5. Can't count. All right. So in the double high walls pack, there are 4 walls and there are 8 corner posts. And so I said, hey, why do you have 8 corner posts? There's only 4 walls. If you're building them around, making like a little watchtower or something like this, you only need 1, 2, 3, 4 corner posts. You can slot the walls in, and you left over with 4. What gives? So, well, first of all, you always want to just have. You don't ever want to run out of corner posts because it's a real bummer when you have extra walls and no corner posts. If you're doing so one of the answers is if you're doing a long run, let's say you're doing 4 straights in a row, like you're doing a big great hall or a library or a barn or whatever, and you want to do 4 straight runs on, let's say, right, each wall is on its own floor, you're going to need 8 posts right there. Boom, boom.
Yeah, I know that the Discord logicked out that 8 posts was actually good, but I think this is still good to demo for people who weren't there for that conversation because it shows some cool stuff you can do. And then we'll get to the spacer after this.
If you're going around a corner, let's say you're doing 90 degrees, you're going to do that and that, boom. And you do that over here, that's 6.
We'll get to the spacers.
You're left with 2 left over. You can put the 2 in here if you want to support. If you're doing another floor up above and you want a little extra support, you can put those in the middle, or you can use them for supporting if you're doing a mezzanine thing, which we'll look at in a second. Also, the other thing you can do with these is we have these facades. It comes with the facades. You can pop the facades into the open arch facades into those, and then you make some neat sort of open arch areas. You could even use that like inside your tavern. whatever. Right, it could be like you could have they're like rafters inside your tavern or whatever. So you could do you could take the 8 posts and the 4 facades and make 8 little archways or whatever. So there's some arches. Then the next question, does that answer that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and there's yeah, yeah.
All right.
Let's yeah.
Ship it. So the next question was these little half spacers. So the initial purpose for these was for doing mezzanine style building. So if you were, and you can see this in the Wharf Warehouse walkthrough, if you were doing a second story, on here, do I have any? So if you wanted to build out from here and build up and have a balcony on the inside of your building, I should have prepped this. Something like this.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got the cider's got a real kick
Get
to
a
it.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the master cleanse of ciders. It's like,
Master cleanse.
you ever
I'm
do that?
going on a cider cleanse.
It's wild, right? You're just drinking the lime juice and syrup for 2 weeks.
That sounds miserable.
Well, at some point you transcend hunger. You just you become one with
Yeah, you
starvation.
die.
It's like it sustains you, but it's interesting. Scents become very like the smell of food is pretty intense. So you can pop these. So you get something like this if you want to put your walls over here.
No, the little circles on the corner posts aren't. They're not decorative. They're not magnets.
They're decorative. The rosettes.
Yeah, they're decoration, and they have holes in them so you can put accessories in them.
So the little half spacer goes there, right, and then fills that in if you want to do.
Were you guys on cocaine when you decided to put in LEDs? No.
LEDs were. That was an old.
No, the light puck. That's.
Oh yeah, that's
another story.
That was a whole different. Yeah. The light puck is. That transcends hunger also.
Yeah.
But so the question they were like, well, but wait a second. I guess their thinking was maybe you needed to use the spacers to get the walls to line up with other walls or something. I'm not entirely. Sure,
it is to be able to use standard walls that aren't double high, so that you can customize what your double high walls look like, basically.
So let me get the stone ones.
Yeah. And if there is anything else, if I'm wrong about this, I don't know. I guess say something about it. Just try to think of a joke, and I could not think of anything. Example: a window over a door. Yeah. And they want to see it with Tudor walls too. We got to get all the compatibility in here we can.
Oh man.
There's a new.
My kingdom for some spacers.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying in Discord.
Oh, here we go.
Make it a stretch goal. You need a spacer to use 2 times standard walls. Yeah, I don't know if he's got like a workaround for this that we just haven't communicated or something. I have. If there is, it's news to me. I wasn't around for a lot of the double high stuff. I should roll the giveaway. Well, you know what? Nothing's happening right now. Let's roll that giveaway. Let's see. 158 people. Wow. Okay. Hey, CRU. I keep wanting to say RU because that was a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It was my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card back when I did that.
Who won? Did you give it away?
Siriu.
Yay, congrats. All right, so we made back in the back when we first tried some double high posts, we did it in stone in castles to work on the upper part of the gatehouse. And we'd made, I should have brought the stone ones. We made these stone spacers so that you could take regular height. We didn't have double high walls. Back in those days, we just had regular high walls and a spacer. So you could drop a spacer in, and it would get you, it would fill in the rest of the space that you were up. You could get to the same height. Our new innovation was, hey, why don't you just make one wall to do all of that? Seems great. People may wish to still do this technique, because what's neat about this is you could put, and of course I didn't bring a door one, but you could put a door, you could put a door in there and then a solid above it, or you could put a window up high, or you could put a arrow slit. It does let you customize. You can put your LED, on the upper part or whatnot. It does let you customize. So you can do the same gag with the half spacers, right? You could use that as a. Are they going to fit? Let's see. Yeah, prototypes. Yay.
Everything you're seeing is handmade prototypes. They are not as precise as the factory-finished, mass-produced versions will be.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
So you could do something like this. Dun, 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 dun.
I think the main thing is,
Right.
so you would need 2 for each time you want to do this.
Yeah, because they're half
Yeah.
size, right? We didn't make the full size guys. So it does give you some options on what you want to do. But I think the theory was everybody was not gonna get fiddly with them and just use we have the solid it's magnetic
Dude,
and
Magnet,
solid.
my favorite
and-
TV show.
Yeah, we had the door one. It's like, well, what else are you gonna need? I guess you could go on LEDs or just cover it. So we may have to do a big old pack of spacers or something if people want a bunch of these and want to be able to do that trick.
What's it called when you have like a ledge on the floor in a house that you have to step over?
Threshold?
A hazard. Oh, threshold.
Threshold.
Yeah, threshold makes sense.
Do you know why?
No.
So in the olden days, back when the world was in black and white.
Like in Magnet.
Yeah, your favorite show.
My favorite show.
They you had your unpleasant dirt floor. So to make it more pleasant, you'd put a bunch of straw on the floor, or thresh, as it were. But every time you'd come in and out of the house, you'd kick the thresh out the door, and it would you'd lose your thresh. But if you put a board there, it would hold the thresh in place, and it was a threshold. It was there to keep your thresh in your house. Thus, threshold. You're looking at me like I'm making this up on the spot.
It's such a cool thing to be able to say. Yeah,
This is the half spacer with tutor. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it actually looks really sick.
It's got some Blair Witch vibes.
So do you think there's any advantage to making a full spacer, or do you think just 2 half spacers will do the same job with no issues?
Half spacers are fiddly, but I don't know.
Saves the sculpt. Well, we'll think about it. Yeah. The point is, we've heard that people are interested in a way to get spacers.
Hungry for spacers. People are
hungry for spacers. People love space.
Yeah.
So
we will.
I don't think we want to add a peg hole to it because it makes it.
Peg hole to the spacer?
Yeah.
No.
Adding a peg hole to it, it would make it more expensive.
So the butts would stick together?
Yeah, so it'd be more secure. I feel like if you get them in there, because they're both going to be in the corners, if they got stuff on it, it's probably pretty stable.
Yeah. It's just fiddly. It's just a lot of fiddliness for.
It's one of the. It's not up there in fiddliness compared to the rest of CBS, I think, though. There's a lot of fiddly in CBS.
Well,
getting fiddly with it.
Fiddly shards.
No. Yeah.
And this would.
There we go.
I don't know. It's
maybe a stretch goal small chest. It seems a little too specific for a chest, maybe. Price like about, you can get them in high multiples for still pretty cheap. They're not expensive pieces.
Well, except they don't exist in any higher multiple than 2 right now. They're in the mezzanine pack.
That's what I'm saying. Is we could make a pack that is.
And because we didn't want to make a mezzanine pack in stone, we just put them in the double high pack, which I think then was causing why don't you have them why are they in one double high?
That was a large part of it too. Yeah, people want these.
How's that pack going to work without all the spacers?
I think it adds a lot of functionality that we can.
Yeah,
I think we could actually sell the double highs better if we had more access to. So we should talk about it. Yeah. You need a full width spacer with biscuit hole, so the solid wall under. Oh.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would actually be very cool. You could run balconies around the outside.
Yeah, you could use it to stick anything, or the inside, or whatever. You could stick. Although it would probably go right through.
Is it big enough for a biscuit? Do you think?
I think it would go all the way through, but because it has to be double. I don't know. Yeah, we could probably pull it off. Huh. You could have one side biscuit, one side
something to look into.
Yeah, something for the pledge manager.
Much to think about.
Yeah.
It is a thing that we do have to wait until pledge manager to do, though. But we are thinking about it. We've heard it.
Yeah, it's a good note.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Just especially with the campaign being shorter, we're gonna have to wait till Pledge Manager.
Yeah.
Got too much other stuff we gotta crush in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Like our sleep.
Nope.
No. All right, that was double high. Were there any other questions on double high while we're here?
That's a great question. Can you have them try a 2-inch wide floor with tall post and that half spacer, please?
Vertex Otis. Wait, a what?
Who's that guy? Yeah, we know.
2-inch wide.
Doing it with a
floor.
2-inch. Basically, does the half spacer work in a narrow situation?
No.
Is what he's asking.
It
No,
does
because
not.
it's only triangular on one side.
It's
yeah.
way well. It's longer than
It's too
yeah.
long. Because narrow isn't 2-inch.
Narrow's
right?
not half
The
because
space
you
is-
lose all the
Yeah,
lose all the space here.
it's like slightly different.
Yeah.
So we can't have a tall narrow. Yeah, there's not currently a double high narrow option.
This is correct.
Yeah.
At that point, if you're getting that to the just
Question: Are there going to be any more sculpts revealed that we have yet to see? You betcha.
Yep.
You think we were going to start a campaign without having at least something up our sleeves? We may have less than usual, but we got some real cool stuff.
Yeah. We got stuff at 2 million. We got stuff at 3 million. Let's
Yeah.
see what we can do from there.
How will minis
up.
work? We said they're at 2, right?
Yeah.
They're at 2.
Mhm.
There's going to be 1 pack.
One
basically.
pack of non-human townsfolk.
Yeah.
What else
Stretch
can we
goals.
show?
Yeah, it's gonna be a pack. It'll be a pack of the little guys. That's what the
The
pack's
miniature.
called. Little guys pack.
Woo! What else? What else can we? What else can we show? What else can we build? What else? What other clarity can we?
Yeah, I guess that kind of does the double high. So what? Any of the current districts manners? So none of the districts or landmarks are going to change ever. The reason we're doing it this way is like we're able to give you like a complete thing and show you all the value in the landmark and district because they're using entirely sets that are unlocked. So the reason why new districts and landmarks get unlocked when we get new packs is because those landmarks and districts use those packs that we unlock. So, yeah, we're not the compositions of all the landmarks and districts that you see there are not changing. You can see those, and you're seeing exactly what is in the whole thing.
what will change is what's in the treasure chest. So
Yes.
you can choose how you're going to supplement your pledges, as well as we'll get some new packs unlocked, such as Parquet, which we just unlocked. Yay! Yay, Parquet.
I hope you have a total game changer district that'll make me want to increase my pledge, like Dread Hollow and Caverns Deep.
We do not have any. Like
There-
we don't have a.
There's nothing like here's an entirely new.
I mean, Dread Hollow was like 40 hidden sculpts or something. That
Yeah.
was like a whole. Yeah. No, we.
It makes no sense that Dread Hollow was in Caverns Deep.
Well, you know what it was? We wanted to experiment. We wanted to do wilderness, but we wanted to try it out before we went all in and did a whole Kickstarter in it. We wanted to kind of figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work. Figuring out trees was a whole thing. There was like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of experimentation and trying to figure out. So it was like we knew what we were doing with rocks, right? Caverns. We knew what we were doing. So we were like, okay, we can do that while we do the experimental development. So it was like we figured out pretty quickly what we wanted to make for Caverns. Even there was a ton of sculpting to do. So while we're doing that, then we could push away at wilderness and kind of test it out. Because we designed a bunch of the wildland stuff got designed during Caverns Deep, and then we held. We're like, all right, what do we need? What is the minimum we need in order to do this? What do we hold for a later thing if it goes well? So it was just a test run.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Similar to putting the burrows in Dungeon of Doom, or was there another fun one we did? I don't know. So, I guess technically the ruins in Wildlands. It's like
Yeah.
what's something? Oh, someone wanted to see these right the large diagonal.
Oh
and
yeah.
regular diagonal nest. Right. So this has the same footprint as the backfill. We have another backfill. I got to go find it. That's the other half of this that fills this, then also fills this. So these have the same footprint, and they also have the same footprint as the diagonal scaffolding platform. So you can use the scaffolding platform as a little roof for this, or you can put the scaffolding platform here and fill out the same that this does, but with scaffolding. We haven't shown this in a build yet, like the kind of inline with the backfill. So it looks really pretty. Do that. Like, a nice look. Yeah.
Still haven't figured out stretch goals. Does it change if I spend 100 or 350 or 500, or is it just chests? Basically, anything under 500, you're getting the milestone stretch goals. You're getting the things that we are unlocking. Every $1 million, we're unlocking like something that gets added to the milestone stretch goal pack.
Like the red griffin rug.
Yeah.
Woo.
That rug is what we unlocked at the first $1 million.
So if you get to $500, you get a treasure chest. If you get to another $500, you get 2 treasure chests.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get to $2,000, you get a large treasure chest plus all those small treasure chests you earn along the way. So it'll be 4 small and a large. What else do people want to see?
Can I see a poet's nook on a building that's otherwise using old roofs?
Yes.
And then I guess there's also the ruined thing that we...
Oh, yeah.
Did get
You
around
can
to.
gather up some ruins.
Can I see a ruined building with a poet's nook?
Yeah.
Are the rugs also going to be felt? I hope so.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
it's
That's
sick
where
to
the
make them
felt
and
came
have
from.
nobody touch them.
We got some really nice. Let me actually get. I can get the griffin.
I was trying to make a joke. There's no actual question that they'll be felt. I was just trying to make a joke about
Oh, cool.
touching the rugs.
That's a neat.
Putting the tiny stairs around that cobblestone patio
the
would look really
coverage.
nice, I bet.
What am I
Yes.
looking for? I can't, this.
Tiny stairs are very good.
Hell yeah.
Milestone pieces only going to be in the milestone pack, like the red rug is only in the
I was
milestone.
looking for
No,
that.
it won't only be in that. There will be a way to get as many of the rug as you want. No stretch goals are going to have like exclusive pieces currently for what we have planned. The chests are made up entirely of pieces you can get in other packs. Same with the milestone stretch goals, at least currently. You talk about the functionality of 25mm cobblestone risers. Yes, we can. That is one of the videos we still need to shoot, actually. They function almost like stilts in that sense, so you can use them for that if you need to stilt things up 25mm. But they, I'll have Nate talk about it when he gets in here. We hit 1.8? Really? That's actually faster than I expected. I didn't think we'd hit it during the stream. We got 1.8?
All
We
right.
did. Hey, 1.8.
Hey.
Hey.
Wait. Stretch
Hey.
goal.
Stretch goal unlock.
Woo. So this is the red griffin, and it's just like it's on. It's a.
Yeah, we're
really
going to
nice
autograph
felt.
the back of all of them.
Yeah.
Just like
Right. Dragon. Yeah, you see it's like a really nice felt texture. Very pleasant. All right, so ruins. What was exactly the? What was exactly?
they want to see rustic wood, kind of working with the ruined floor and potentially the ruined roof. I also brought in a ruined Tudor wall just in case we wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And just kind of see, since the wood matches, like how does it look to have a ruined part of the building mixed in. You need a tutorial for how to add biscuits to Old City Builder? You don't. It doesn't
Yeah.
work very well. Dwarvenite,
It's not gonna.
after Dwarvenite has like cooled and everything, cutting into it with any sort of precision is very difficult because the material kind of comes back a bit.
Well, it melds to itself if you're trying to
Yeah.
Dremel it out. It's
Yeah.
really.
Because it's a soft material, cutting into it after the fact is
And
very
it
difficult.
requires precision that would. I don't think it's.
Yeah. It's a thing, like, to get these holes precise, and the reason why the molds for these pieces are so expensive is to get these holes to function, it has to be part of the mold. Like, the Dwarvenite basically has to be cast around it so that it forms with that hole there.
Yeah. I think it would be a
yeah.
challenge.
It would be very difficult to mod these after the fact.
You're welcome to try. and
Drilling
I'd love
holes
to
works
see-
easy, though. They don't have to
Yeah, but
be...
it's a slot.
They don't have to be
so-
as accurate.
It's drilling
What's
a
up?
slot. I don't think. Woo!
Nice.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah, it's a very different thing. How easy is rustic wood painting? Just specific brand.
Easy.
Rustic wood's super simple.
Say the two guys who haven't actually done it, but no, it's not so hard.
I mean, it's yeah. You didn't mean the biscuit ones? Oh yeah. Putting peg holes in things is much easier.
Yeah.
The biscuit holes are a nightmare though. don't we tried. Don't do it.
No, it's not.
It doesn't work.
Not friendly.
Uh,
Yeah, you could pop some holes. Set up a little jig and pop some holes in your corner post.
you thought about
Sure.
using your biscuit joiner saw? Yeah, that's the thing. Biscuit joiner saws are meant to work with like wood, a super rigid material. Oh wow.
Woo.
Oh wow. God, if he trips right now. Sorry.
Don't
Do we
even
need to clear
put that
space?
out in the universe. Yeah, fly these guys. So that goes out safely.
Okay.
That's one of the. I'm gonna use these for the. All right, Toby. Fly in the. Bring forth the destroyer.
Will it be ruined
Oh.
wood?
No.
Not this time. We don't have the room to do ruined wood in this Kickstarter. But hey, if things go well enough, maybe we can do it as a straight to store expansion or something in the future.
Everything's in ruins.
Give us enough time, and we'll do everything.
So it's
But we can't. We don't have space to do ruins this time around.
There's no way to get in. Oh, we didn't put the doors in.
This is gonna be a couple of hues of brown like the prototypes. So the base wood is the same steps you would use for wood on Tudor, with maybe an extra dry brush over it to like dirty it up. And then there are like different steps for it. If you see like the darker or lighter beams that are like on the details of wood, that'll be like a different step. But the bulk of the wood, like what you're looking at right now, most of that is just the same as painting the wood parts of Tudor.
What?
Yeah, here's the wizard warp, or as I call it,
The wizard wharf is
the
here.
industrial wizard.
Industrial wizard. So
We
you have
got-
to
we gotta
imagine
remember to take
there's
some-
Yeah.
doors in the
Yeah,
in the
just imagine
double
there's
door.
doors there, like these.
We got to remember to take some iPhone pictures of this for update tomorrow before we
Yes.
mess it up. Yeah.
So what do we got here? What are the features? What's happening?
Okay, so basically,
What is this madness, Toby?
it's a technomancer's house.
Technomancer's
Yeah, it's
house.
It's my house. I just built it.
Let's get you by the mic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good call.
Yeah.
And you can rotate this thing around. We can see.
Whoa. Rotate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so basically here.
Oh wow! You can even see there's a.
Can we hear him all right? Let's see. Yeah, this is a very different camera situation than looking at three pieces at once on the table.
Oh boy, that's crooked. I got crazy. All right. There's a elegant door under there. Actually,
Yeah, it's hard to see.
You wanna loom?
Yeah.
So basically, I use the double high walls in the sides and the back. Well, the back I'm using the back is just two regular stacked, but yeah, using that as a U shape. And
You would.
there's a ton of extra pieces here, but yeah, it's hard to like cover
Has
the
that light?
roof enough, especially since the wizards, wizard's house doesn't have that many roofs.
How many straights either, right?
Yeah, there's only two straights and like, three, what's it called?
It's got
Valleys
diagonals.
and hips.
Yeah, diagonal
Yeah.
hips. Oh yeah, 3 hips, 2 diagonals.
Michelle says it looks like a haunted house or a fun house. Oh, you got stuff on the back too.
Says the lady who
Yeah.
lives in a haunted house.
Yeah, so
She lives in a
back-
haunted castle.
Okay, very different, very different.
Yeah. So up here I have the big
Keep
diagonal.
rotating,
Oh,
keep
yeah.
rotating around.
I have the big diagonal
Keep it calm, keep
with
it calm.
the dangle room and the octagon room with the wizard hat roof on top. But then I used the two sets of diagonal walls to close that off, and then did a balcony back here
That's
because
awesome.
the inside of the house was showing.
The inside of the house is showing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
hard to
your
get-
house is showing.
My house is showing. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, and then over here, like, I used 2 floors to cover it up, but then used the 2 of the market stalls with what's it called, the awnings. Not the awnings.
Yeah,
What's it
yeah,
called?
they're awnings.
They're
Or
awnings.
they're no, they're the roof. What are they called? Roof covers or
Yeah,
something.
recurs. So it's like a little workshop up there. There's a trapdoor in there as well.
Nice to
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah. And here is a weird situation with balcony where,
This is a barbecue grill. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
essentially, there was a gap there I wanted to cover
Keep
up.
rotating around.
Yeah. Over here, there was a gap that I wanted to cover up, so I used the
Yeah, so to remind everybody, basically what we're looking at here is like a double landmark build, basically. This is the Wizard's Townhouse plus a Wharf Warehouse. And this is just Toby taking like an hour to like play around with it.
It's really fun.
yeah.
What material are the stall tops made out of? Those are also felt, right?
Felt.
Yeah.
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 Barn dominium.
While Toby's here and you're thinking of restrictions that are restrictions to the build jam tomorrow, cities only, we're actually thinking about making it a compatibility compatibility thing. So it's about combining Cities Untold pieces with past stuff because we need to make some of that content anyways. So let's use the build jam to make some of that stuff.
So it's like the cooking show where they like say your surprise ingredient is something that
Yeah,
you would know.
it's just chopped, but
Yeah.
with
Also Valentine's Day, yes. What
Yeah,
time's the stream?
compatibility.
2 p.m. Eastern time.
it's 2. Okay,
I thought it was 2 a.m.
No, I thought it was at night.
No, because
Okay.
Daytime.
I wanted people to actually be able to go do things for Valentine's Day.
You know that is fair.
Cool. Thank you for putting this together,
Whoa.
Toby. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
No.
All right, let's do this ruin thing. Put that safely somewhere so we can get some photos of it.
Okay, where's a good place?
That table right there. Anywhere that's not in arm's reach of me, because
Yeah.
I will then end up destroying it.
Cannibalize it.
I will eat it. All right, so we're gonna do some ruins. What other questions? What other requests? What do we got?
You should get some roofs if you want these too. Yeah, just because the warehouse doesn't come with roofs. Right during Valentine's lunch with my wife. See, that's what you get for doing lunch instead of dinner. You can make it a nice little date. You can you can watch the stream together. Yeah.
That's cool. Glowing fire.
Also, the district chests do not come with inside bits. Is that going to change throughout the Kickstarter?
Is what?
No, the districts and landmark compositions that you see are going to be what they are.
Yeah.
There are going to be some more districts that unlock that will have interior dressing. But yeah, if one currently doesn't have interior dressing, it's not going to by launch.
Yeah, we're not adding anything to
Yeah.
the districts and the.
But also,
Landmarks.
if you get a district, you're gonna get at least a large chest and 4 small chests, and you can get a lot of dressing with those chests.
Or more building pieces, or whatever. I mean, we basically had the complaints in previous Kickstarters that it felt like the things were incomplete at launch because they needed stretch goals to fill them up, or whatever. So we tried to make these. This time we were saying, all right, well, let's make these bundles complete. Well, let's make them with everything you need, and then the stretch goals become gravy, right? You can choose what you want to add to it depending on what you get.
I think one of the
hopefully it'll
downsides is it does make it easy to forget, like, oh yeah, I'm getting a bunch of free pieces on top of my pledge with this.
Yeah.
Because they're not like directly
It's not
included
in
with the stuff that you get.
the pledge.
Because they're like a separate thing.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting like 40 extra pieces on top of this. If you get a district, you're gonna get a lot of bonus stuff, just already.
I mean, it's four small chests and a large chest. A lot of chests.
Let's see.
All right, we got some fire coming out of this.
These fires are from the original cities.
The original city's ruins.
Yeah, this is a rabbit request.
Oh, rabbit. Here we can put this. Oops, I need a. Man, you think we're tired? It must be like 4 a.m. for rabbit.
Yeah, but he lives for this.
Okay, fair.
He's usually he's there like every week. I don't know if he just normally goes to sleep late, or if he just makes a excuse for us like makes an exception for us every night, or
Also
what?
an excuse.
every week. Yeah,
He's making excuses for us all the time.
they look great. Just need some ruins. That's fair. Yeah, so Tudor and rustic wood plays pretty well together since the wood does match. Would you consider an all-in landmarks bundle in the Pledge Manager? Yeah, we'll consider it for sure. We really we have to see where we end and see everything that we unlock so that we can even like do the calculations on what that stuff would look like in the first place. Can we get the Reliquaries toppers as fun little bits if we hit 3 million?
Not at 3.
Not at 3.
We
I
could-
had completely forgotten that was a thing that
yeah.
we could throw around if we needed to.
Yeah, the relics.
I wonder if any of them would look particularly good in this set. Probably.
The artificer. things
Artificer
are
stuff
cool.
would be cool. Yeah.
What's it gonna do with
Is the dangle room real? It seems too good to be true. I wish it was. It only exists in fantasy. We can only do it for these pieces. You're not allowed to build rooms like that in real
no
life.
sci-fi dangle.
Yeah.
rooms.
All in districts, that would be 20k easy. Yeah, we've talked about potentially doing like an all-in pledge like that, but it would literally be more than Kickstarter will let you put in, so it would have to be Pledge Manager.
More than 3 is
More than
Already-
3 is more than Kickstarter would let you
Yeah.
put in.
which is funny.
There are post accessories real quick. Yeah, the artifacts that we made in Reliquaries were all pole accessories, or that we designed in Reliquaries and didn't end up making were all pole accessories.
That's correct.
Double high dangle room when? Oh no. I guess we would just
That would
need
be-
narrow double
Well,
high
you couldn't do
options.
anything. So here's the thing: you couldn't do anything like
It's just a long way to fall.
you wouldn't be able to get your fingers in there and move a mini around. Like it would. It's too much.
I have a friend trying to talk me out of a $4,000 pledge and one talking me into 5,000. So I say we meet in the middle. I do 4,500. I mean, hey, the big thing is if you clear 4K, that's too large. That's a lot of stretch goals.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know. I saw a house like that on Twitter and people are roasting it. Can you imagine having a library or a game room in a time? Dude, having a hexagon room would be sick.
That would be awesome.
That's like one of my dreams. Like, dude, growing up in like small town America, like having ever living in a house that isn't just squares and rectangles would be amazing. Are you kidding? Like, that'd be very cool. Make it lower in volume. Oh, did your loft disconnect?
Would I? No, it should be still. What happened?
Yeah, they said he got lower in volume. Maybe his mic placement at the moment. Where is it? It's in the same place as usual. Talk for me. I'm gonna read your.
I'm just playing with putting wood in Tudor.
Yeah, what happened?
Ruinsy thing. I don't know what. I don't know. Is it unplugged? I
again?
didn't even touch anything. I didn't do it, Chris. I didn't do it.
That's weird. Okay, I boosted you up. I think you're good now. Did it just like lower? I hope it doesn't like suddenly jump up to you being super loud in like 10 minutes now.
Whoa. What other questions do people have? What else?
Buddy, so many.
What else do we have on the?
Are we getting a new SKU for the Fieldstone Corner Pro so they can take accessories?
Yes.
Yeah, they'll be their own SKU.
Yeah, they're getting remastered.
Because I think we might still. I think we'll probably still produce the old ones too for the old core
Yeah.
sets and stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be really.
Because otherwise it would blow up all those compositions and we'd have to get new prices on all of them. And it'd be nice to be able to keep the old prices.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll need to be very methodical with how we.
That's where Tyler
stock
comes in.
that. Yeah. Just so it's not confusing.
What else do we want to see? What else can we do?
Is the fence system held back to Hightown? Oh, the courtyard walls?
Courtyard walls or Hightown?
Yeah. Can you show the double high walls with the facades?
Good question. Yes is the answer.
It's illegal. You can't. Are there any limited edition pieces?
No.
Nope.
We I can't tell you how often we regret doing limited edition runs. Because then people see it, they're like, "Man, I want that," and we're like, "Well, we can't do it again."
Can we get the CBS lion statue as a stretch goal? Well, we'd have to get the rights from CBS.
Bum.
But, lion statue is a stretch goal. Where would we throw that? Feels more like a Hightown thing to me, honestly, than a Lowtown.
Spoiler alert. Speaking of limited edition, chances are, some point in the coming weeks or months, you're going to see some limited edition stuff on Critical Role.
Oh,
I won't say what it is, but
we didn't sign an NDA, right?
no,
Let's spoil everything.
it doesn't spoil anything.
We just finished writing the script for the next couple episodes of Critical Role. to make sure that
It's a real banger.
Yeah, to make sure that we get prime product placement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We came up.
Are there
with some
any
good
resin
material.
edition pieces? No resin. Our resin factory died.
Resin is not doing so well out in at least in our neck of the woods.
Resin production, the way we used to do it.
We found a second one, but the cost is like
Yeah.
twice as much or something. I don't know. It's just not. It's not worth it. As fun as it is to do those
God.
pieces, and doing resin one-offs is pretty cool. Like that's kind of a neat way to do a special edition thing, right? We did those special edition resin sets in Wildlands, and we probably won't ever print those again.
My mom figured out how to
Probably
make a
can't.
Twitch account to tell me to go to sleep. That's exciting. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
How are you doing? Okay, so he misspoke. He actually wants to see the single height walls stacked 2 high with a facade.
Single high wall, like
So,
in here?
in the double high, single high, do a spacer, do another regular wall, and then facade it.
You know what I'm gonna do even better? Wait, let's do a spicy one. Where did the?
We have to do whatever they tell us.
It's true.
We're stuck here.
It's also true.
No, she's not Miss London. She found a better man.
She's Miss France.
Our corner post's gonna have post holes in the top. I know that was planned at some point, but none of the graphics show that. I don't think so.
Yeah, we killed that idea.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna need it, and it turns out we didn't.
What's the sleeper hit of this Kickstarter?
All of it.
Maybe something in the elevation system because we haven't highlighted it very much yet, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in there.
We haven't had a lot of questions about it either, really, have we?
Well, because we've barely shown it. I think when we dropped the video on it's one of the things that got made. Is some of the last prototypes we got. So they're not very well highlighted, but you can do a lot of really cool stuff with that elevation system. People saying curtains. Can the double high posts get ivy on them, or do they not have the holes?
Yes.
You can ivy them.
You know, we should. Huh. I wonder if we can put a second. I wonder if we can put a second set of holes in the double high posts. I wonder if what
So you can double ivy
to cost. Well, because then you could do the ivy, the post skin or the post facade, and then the full facade. So you could run the ivy up here and then have it go across the whole thing. You could run a corbel row across the middle. You could. Yeah, that's interesting. It would open up some neat possibilities. You could put a hoist in the middle. You could, I don't know.
I've noticed none of the districts include the ramp pack, despite having an urban elevation. Is that an accident, or the ramp's really not used in anything so far?
They just haven't been using anything so far. I was trying to get them into Warfield Village, and they just didn't make it. And then
so far, do we have?
Not Wharfwatch,
remember.
which didn't make it. Wharfwatch was going to have a bunch, and then Wharfwatch got held. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, so there's the sleeper hit. A lot of people
the
are going to
ramps.
wind up not getting the ramps because, whoops. Maybe we'll make something for the pledge manager that uses it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They exist. You can buy the pack.
Yeah. Well,
They might get
we'd just like to
overlooked.
highlight. That's the nice thing about the landmark district system is we're able to add them more easily than in encounters if we need to. But we'll see.
Well, and you can just buy the ramps.
You can also just buy the ramps. Yes.
Yes.
Any chance of a Gothic lantern pack?
Would just the element?
Yeah, just the element.
Not, but
I think we'd want to put it in a pack with some other things.
yeah.
Doing like an LED, because we've
You
talked
know-
about doing like LED collection packs before, and I think we want to do something like that.
we did it once and they didn't sell well, but also that was 7 years ago or something. So maybe it's time to try it again.
Can you put a larger thing than the door between 2 elevation arches?
A larger what?
I think we're talking about cobblestone elevation here.
Oh.
Larger thing than the door between 2 elevation arches.
Let's go get the.
Go
the
grab it.
elevation. A larger thing than the door.
Because it takes a narrow wall, right? If you put 2 arches together, it's narrow wall
Yeah.
sized. But here's the thing. You can expand... Grab some of the...
Yeah.
2x2... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So you can... So, you know, you can biscuit those two together to make that archway, and then it's the right size for a narrow. If you put the 2x2 cobblestone floors in there, you can extend that out. And we need to do a build that shows this. One of the coolest things about the cobblestone elevation that we talked about way back early in concepting, you can put like the 2x2 cobblestones between the arches to like stretch out the run and all that, and make basically cobblestone bridges over like canals and stuff. It's very cool. We need to do a build and take some pictures showing that. I think if people see that, it's gonna make the elevation system way more desirable.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, man says I mean LOL. Wait, what? Chris Sausage, thanks.
Good old
And
Chris
hi, you guys are
Sausage,
doing
thanks.
awesome.
Oh,
Chris says thanks. My stepdad's name is also Chris. So,
Nice.
Yeah, all right.
all right.
Lots of people want more green orbs. You have to buy a bunch of Zoltars.
Serpent orbs.
You have to buy a bunch of Zoltars.
Need the Serpent's Trove.
Buy that $150 pack. To get 2 orbs. 4 orbs? 4 orbs. There's 4 orbs and 4 lanterns. Torches.
Right.
Evan asked if I plan to buy big into elevation. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we need to highlight. We got to do the elevation video, which we're gonna do. But let's do a little demo. Let's do a little practice run for the video right now. Who's your favorite Power Ranger? I always identified with the blue one.
I don't know anything about them. What are they?
It depends on the series. But the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series that was on when I was a kid. It's very into the blue one.
All right.
And yes, I did have crushes on both the pink and the yellow ranger. It was indiscriminate.
It was indiscriminate.
Yeah.
So this is so you can slot in the narrow wall of any flavor in here. Woo! And then if you want to get lively, you can put a cobblestone floor. Put you there. Ooh. Cobblestone floor. Oh boy, what happened? Oh, this is an oversized. I'll do this. Casting crushable. So you can if you put 2 of them, then you could slot something of full size underneath, including the lion arch, which of course I don't have, which looks really neat.
So you could have an entrance to a little speakeasy underneath, like a walkway.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. Yeah.
You can put a little torch. Let's see, get a torch. Oh man, LEDs.
It's a really fun way to like hide a hideout or something.
Hide out.
Hide a hideout.
Show out. Oh, is this battery dead? No, it's almost dead. Enough that it doesn't read. I was trying to show the lantern there. It's a pretty neat little lantern nook, except battery's almost dead.
Favorite D&D class? Paladin. Paladin, because I love to have one of the most broken abilities in the game.
Which one?
Divine Smite, absolutely. Yeah. The fact that you get to decide whether or not you smite after you hit the critical.
Channel is the biggest spell slot you've got in there, and just yeah.
The fact that you can just decide like, oh cool, I crit on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a 5th level Divine Smite into this because why not? Like, yeah.
Might be a shocker, but I love playing bards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The toolbox,
the auras as well, dude. The auras are also so intensely clutch. When you can cut all magic damage in half, that's wild.
When your whole team just wants to huddle around you.
That's really why I wanted to play Paladin. It really just kind of fills a hole inside.
Like I kind of need that +4 bonus on my saves. I'm just gonna hang out 2 feet away from you. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Can I just hug you all the time? Is that cool?
Yeah, it's really sad they didn't add the Ranger in 5e. Very weird to leave it out of the game.
They didn't add the Ranger.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, we should wrap this thing up because I think we're about both. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Paladin and Bard makes sense for you two. Do I feel like a zealot to you? What are you thinking?
What do you say?
How do I give off Paladin vibes? I love Paladins. How do I give off Paladin vibes?
The holier than thou.
Yeah. I'm always telling people.
The winning smile. Yeah.
I'm always telling people I know best.
Kicking down doors and asking questions.
What happened
later?
to the modular stair system you're working on? Oh, it's in here.
Which? Oh yeah.
Modular stairs. There's 3 different stair
these
heights.
These little guys.
That's the 50?
61.
61? Yeah.
We,
That's what I mean.
my lament, we did not end up making a 50. And
We didn't need a 50. It's fine.
we had a 38 and a 38 and 25, because 38 and 25 equals 50, as everybody knows. So it should be okay.
Rangers still exist in 5e?
It was
I haven't seen anybody play
a
them.
joke.
I've never seen somebody play them. How often the stretch goal is updated on the page? Twice a day, basically. Once at 11 in the morning, once at 6. So that we, if we made graphics team go in and have to change it every time we broke a stretch goal.
It's
yeah.
that's one of the worst parts of Kickstarter is updating the stretch goals nonstop. But one day,
Do those modular stairs work with the stair holes in the floors?
well, here's the thing.
Put 'em
What
in
we
a
did
stair.
is,
Yeah.
so if you've built with the stairs from the original cities, which project up into the stair holes and seamlessly go to your second floor, it's really, really cool until you have a multi-floor build and you're trying to get the second floor on, and you have to line up 2 sets of stairs at the same time, and the thing and it won't work, and you can't see it because of the roof and it's wobbling around, and it's just no good. So what we did is we have the stairs, generally we're using stairs with the stair pillar that will essentially they'll end at the floor below, so that you can actually lift the floors up and get them down easily. And then, it's a little hard to picture here, but if you have your floor below, it sits something like that. You can actually put a mini on the top of the stairs, right? You have sitting there. You can actually, it becomes playable space on the second story. It's much more practical at the game table. So you just pop it over over these, and then it does not go all the way in. Although you could put the little, the 1-inch small steps we have, you could put that in there if you really wanted to. All right, let's get the heck out of here. So tomorrow night is nothing. Tomorrow afternoon
Tomorrow night is nothing.
Tomorrow night is nothing. Tomorrow afternoon is the
Tomorrow
Build
night is-
Jam compatibility test, right?
Yes.
Exploration and compatibility.
We're calling it Bachelors in Dwarvenite, which nobody at the office gets because none of them understand that Bachelor in Paradise exists. Which fine.
He's just making stuff up.
I'm not making stuff up. So it's Bachelors in Paradise or Bachelors in Dwarvenite. And they're going to be testing their compatibility between Lowtown and past sets.
And the compatibility between Tyler and Toby.
Yeah.
Oil and water. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. Oh man, every time they wind up in the same room, you gotta look out.
No. Throw a match.
Sparks are flying.
Um,
Man, that's a good thing.
yeah, sparks and
Well,
oil
it can mean
and
both,
fire.
I think. Right?
What?
Sparks flying can be good and bad, right? Like it's
I think
used
it's
in
generally
both.
romantic, isn't it?
Well, yeah, sparks are flying. Like there's definitely it's like there's sparks like that. Like there's that thing, but I feel like it also is used like in like a really like electric like boxing match or something.
Like if Miles is around and there's a grinder, sparks are flying. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do Miles and Grinder?
It's
Match made in heaven.
So, when we were shooting reliquaries, we needed sparks, so we got a grinder, and he was grinding a nail and shooting sparks everywhere. But
It's
also,
very fun. We have a behind the scenes shot of it in the reliquaries video actually.
Yeah.
Because we just like filmed like how he was just like drilling a nail. He just like
he was drilling a nail on
Yeah,
grinder.
he was a screw.
He was-
He just like put a screw in a plank of wood and he was just holding the wood and like sawing like the top of the thing to make sparks.
It was awesome.
It
And
was
nobody
not great.
got killed.
In the room where we blocked off the smoke
smoke
detector.
alarm, yeah.
He was
perfect.
making sparks right by our backdrops.
Good plan.
So,
Full grinder.
There you go. Yeah.
So anyway, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday we have B. Dave and Jennifer Kretschmer are here, right?
Yes.
Talking
Well, not
urban.
here. They're on the internet.
They're on the internet.
Yeah,
we're gonna stalk them on the internet.
Yeah, we're gonna talk basically about just kind of a masterclass in like, hey, how do I specifically design adventures and encounters in like an urban environment compared to like a dungeon or cavern? How do I make city combat and roleplay interesting?
How do I make a city into a dungeon?
Yes.
Should be good. It
Yeah.
should be. Also, I don't know if you guys know this. B. Dave likes to talk, so chances are he is going to.
I think we'll be able to fill a good hour and a half. Yeah.
without even blinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could monologue it. He could solo it. It's going to be amazing. Very excited
I'm actually
to
just
get
not going to
Jennifer on
show
here.
up. We're just going to
Yeah.
give them the password.
Just hit play, just hit run. They hear the keys, just lock up when you're done. And then what's happening on Friday? Was that? Wait, what day?
That was Wednesday.
wait, what-
Thursday,
the day after
Thursday we're
that?
doing another Q&A stream, and we're gonna have a special guest with us to hang out. We're gonna have Super Dylan, if you know Super Dylan. They're also a New York-based.
Physically
DD.
here.
Yeah. And
exciting.
we thought it'd be fun for some of these Q&A streams. We're gonna have some special guests come in to also kind of play with the pieces and kind of give like that energy of somebody who hasn't been touching these for months and months.
I mean, as you can see here, the energy of, look what amazing things can happen when you've had months of playing with these.
Stream schedule is on the Kickstarter page if you scroll down, and I think it's also on the microsite somewhere.
Yes. Also, we should update the schedule. Twitch actually has an embedded schedule.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
The thing that's annoying about it is the Twitch schedule is weekly stuff. It doesn't let you set like one-time events. So if I say like,
It's
yeah,
gonna
we're doing
say
this
it
stream on
forever.
Thursday, it's like, cool, that's happening every Thursday.
Forever.
Yeah.
And
So
you
I
have to remember to
can't
cancel it?
I can't go more than a week ahead of time. It's very annoying.
That is annoying.
Yeah. So I never use our actual Twitch schedule because of that, because it doesn't actually.
Maybe for this we put them on.
Yeah, I got to remember to do it. It's just like yeah.
You know what I also am thinking is maybe do on Saturday. I've got to be building out the $3 million district.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just stream it? Like,
you guys would hate that, right? You wouldn't have any interest in seeing him build out the $3 million district.
No, all right. Well,
No interest?
Cancel
nobody
that.
said yes.
Okay.
All right.
So-
okay, I guess we're not going to do it then.
It was a thought. Cool. Then we'll take Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah.
We'll see
Okay.
you
Good
Monday.
to know.
Wait, what was on Friday?
Friday, the folks from Mythic Grove are going to be here. Yes. Gabe Hicks and Elise Resendez. We had them on here a while ago a couple months back to play through the Session Zero system, if you remember them from there. But we're going to play, I think what we're going to do is, because we're still talking like workout details, I think what we're going to do is we're going to play a little indie game called Gun and Slinger.
Gun and Slinger?
Gun
in
and
this
Slinger.
economy?
Yeah. Their economy is considerably worse in Gun and Slinger, I'll tell you that much. I think we're going to play that on the terrain because it's got some fun ways to interact with terrain that I think you can do. And so I thought that would be fun. It's a nice little 3-player game. Should be sick. Yeah, that's the current plan.
Good is the plan.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for such a ridiculous. We're at 1.8 already. We're 30 hours in and we're at 1.8. It's unbelievable. Thanks for all the good feedback, all the good comments, all the good energy. Thanks for showing up, hanging out. And we'll see you for the Build Jam tomorrow, and on we go.
Mm-hmm.
And now is time for sleep.
Yep. Well, time for an hour commute, and then...
Yeah. Try to not fall asleep at the wheel.
All right.
We'll see you guys see you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you.
All right.